Lord willing, we're gonna harvest a turkey today. Okay, so we're all set up and semi-ready to go here. But as soon as we started walking out here, before the sun come up, there's two gobblers gobbling, both to our east and to our northwest. And the one to the east seems like he's getting closer. So that wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting him to come from the west, northwest, but he ain't here yet either. But so we'll just see what happens.
Hello everybody and welcome to another vlog and turkey hunting episode on After 5 Outdoors. Thanks for joining us. Hey, this morning I got a chance to get my wife out on a turkey hunt. Been scouting this area for a week or so, as you guys have seen in the vlog. And Saturday morning here, and we got set up bright and early. And as we were walking out, the turkeys were gobbling. We actually had two gobblers gobbling. One off to the northwest and one off to a little bit to the northeast. And the one to the northeast sounded fairly close. I was really expecting him to come in. But we sat here for about 2.5 hours and we didn't see anything, and the gobblers, they quit gobbling, but we still had a good time sitting here listening to the geese and the birds, and especially this little fella right here.
So as the sun was coming up, they were gobbling pretty good. And now we haven't heard a peep now for like 20 minutes or more. So I guess we'll see what they're doing.
Okay, so we left this area and I had a couple other spots I wanted to try. And on the way there, we saw 9 toms, in cornfields, right alongside the highway, and a couple in a hayfield. So they were really moving. So felt our chances were pretty good for today. Okay, so spot number 2 here. We were on our way over here. My brother's been seeing a lot of turkeys here. This is his property. And the adjoining property we got permission to hunt. So he's been seeing a lot of turkeys here in the evenings and early afternoon and evenings. Well, on the way here, we saw 4 toms all fanned out right alongside the highway. So we got out, worked down a woods cut, and worked our way through this woods. And according to the Onyx map, we're about 285 yards from where these turkeys were sitting alongside the road. I wasn't real confident that we were going to call them in with all the farmland machinery going on and road traffic, and there's a extremely heavy traffic. We sat here for about an hour and a half, and nothing. So we moved on to another area that been scouting, and at the most I've seen 13 turkeys here at a time. So we sat up here and sat here for about 2 hours and didn't see anything. So the wind was starting to really blow out of the north and it was getting cold. So we decided to head on out of here and just do a little more scouting and find a spot for the evening. Now this next clip is going to be a little fun, a little interesting. We saw a turkey on the point of this little woods here. And I could not tell if it was a jake or a hen or what it was. So we pulled up alongside here, called the landowner, got permission to go out there, and we kind of crept through the woods, and we put some old kitchen equipment between us and this turkey, and we crawled on our bellies within about 20 yards of it. And once we got there, or we got up to it, we realized it was a hen, but it was pretty fun to do this sneak and get close to this bird and get some cool footage. but just kind of enjoy this as we did. Now I'd say anytime you can sneak up on any animal, it's always good practice. And if you're not gonna, take the animal, hey, it's still all in fun, and it proves your skills. And this was pretty fun. I don't think this turkey saw us until I started kind of poking my camera and even poke my head up a little bit behind these stoves. We weren't quite sure what it was until I actually was able to get my eyes on him on this stove up close. So as we're watching this turkey here, I'm thinking what we're going to do for the evening. It's getting to be the late afternoon here, and I kind of remembered that just a couple nights ago I saw a couple of toms in this same field just on the west end of it, probably quarter mile or so, or half mile from where we are right at this particular point. So I kind of decided, hey, we're going to go and sit there about 4 o'clock and see what happens. And so that was what our game plan ended up being. We went and sat in this edge of this field. So just enjoy the rest of this show.
If it had been a tom, it had been a dead turkey. Snuck right up on him. So we saw him driving down the road. So we came in over there, we crossed the ditch, and then I almost thought he was gone because I didn't see him cutting through right there to there. And then when we got to there, to the edge of the shed, then I saw him, and then we got on our bellies and crawled across here. He never saw us, or she, whatever. And we were within 20 yards. Sorry about the focus. The little tree branches were messing it up, but if that had been a tom, that would have been a dead turkey, because we would have had him until he figured out what was going on. But yeah, so we just crawled up to that stove, put that between us and him, and his little grain field here is eating. We saw 2 nice toms here last night, and from the distance, all I could tell was a turkey. I couldn't tell, but oh well, it was good practice anyway. And yeah, I haven't crawled on my belly for quite a while. So our last setup of the day, we've seen 4 toms here the last 2 or 3 nights, but hopefully we're gonna win. We just snuck up on that hen, that house grove right there, but she ran off to the west, so hopefully, I don't know where these toms are gonna come from. This is a swamp behind us. This little wheat field right here. I don't know if they come from across the road or if they come from the woods right there, but Lord willing, we'll find out, hopefully. Hopefully the wind noise ain't too bad. I'm covered up as best as I can be here. But we can't really see, if you can see this hill here, obviously you probably can tell by seeing what you're watching here, but can't see beyond that. On the other side there's a nice little green patch on the woods, and I really thought that'd be a good place to set up, but they were eating here, so hopefully this is where they come back to.
Now we were set up right where this red arrow is. There's a little rock pile and a little swamp there, so we had kind of water all around us. We were just not knowing what to expect here, and I was hoping that if any turkeys were going to show up, I was really hoping they would come from the south in the corner of that woods. Okay, so sorry for the wind noise because the wind's freaking blowing and it's cold, but we guessed it right. I saw these turkeys out here, well, 2 toms, two, 3 nights ago, and I put a waypoint down on the Onyx, and it was 6:04, and that's about what time it is right now. They came, a hen came out first, and they followed the grass line down here, kind of like I kind of thought they would, and we seen this hen coming, and she came in, and I thought, oh man, she's gonna be by herself, and I heard a gobble back there, so I told Brenda just to not move and stay still, and here comes old Blue and Redhead, and she laid him out, stone dead. So this is a pretty nice tom. Here's his beard. Pretty nice bird. And the old blue head, and wish she laid him out though. Really laid him out. So what do you think? Was your heart pounding?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised I got him on my first shot, but haven't shot a gun in 9 years, so pretty proud of myself.
He was probably only about 15 yards from us when he came in. They came in really close. So, but yeah, she knocked him stone dead. So we're gonna get some pictures and get this baby ready for supper.